Hi, my lovely, lovely, intelligent woman. This is your favorite Slavic friend, and today we are talking about why do you sometimes go back in time? Go back to your ego. You go back to the way you were acting 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Why is this happening? And how to stop it? Now, most commonly this is happening when if you're a grown-ass woman, if you have your own career, if you have your own life, maybe you live in a different country, maybe you live in a different city, you're separated from your family, and then you go to visit family and you have some reactions that you had like 5 years ago. You react to the conversations that way, you react to some comments that way, and you literally can feel yourself starting to panic and starting to freak out, and literally sadness, deep fucking sadness of, am I going crazy? Did I go back in time? What is happening to me? I thought I had enough of therapy. I thought I had enough of self-development. I paid so much money to become the person I am. And now I travel for a weekend or a week back home and I'm like back in time. What the fuck is happening? How do I go back? As you can see, this is something that still keeps happening to me. And I have the answer to your question. After investing of tens of thousands of euros in my own self-development, education, therapy, I tried it most. I don't want to say I tried it all, but I'm very open-minded, so whatever could help me on my growth journey to become the person, to become the woman I want to become, I would like, if it resonates with me, I would pay like whatever. I would invest my time and invest my energy. I would do anything. I became obsessed of becoming the person I envisioned to become. So after decades of studying, implementing psychology, self-development, dating techniques, communication skills, manifestation work, literally anything and everything, behaviors, everything. I have finally realized, and I'm here to share it with you, why do we sometimes appear in our life like the version of us that we were 5 years ago, 2 years ago, even a year ago? When we are always striving to be our best self, always striving to heal the next thing that's blocking us, that's not serving us anymore, to lower that intensity of that voice inside of our head. And then just like that, sometimes we know what triggered us, sometimes we don't. Why does this happen? And I'm gonna tell you a story. Let's go. It happened to me the other day where I was dating. I date for marriage. So I was dating a man. Dating is a hard word for this. What I fucking did. I was talking to a man. And I'm well trained. Like, I'm well trained. I've been through this and I knew. But the thing that happens is when we grow our capacity, when we grow our knowledge, our capacity of holding the goodness inside of our life, when we learn more about ourselves, we grow to know ourselves better. But what else grows to know us better as well? The ego, the opponent, whatever you want to call it. So if we have, for example, when we were kids, we were like, oh, should I do this, or should I eat this ice cream before dinner or not? And your parents are not around, and you would be like, you will have that conversation inside your head. One part would say, oh, don't eat it, your mom is gonna be upset, she will know, she'll figure out, you may get in trouble. And then the other part would be like, she'll never figure out. you just eat it. You're actually gonna be okay. You'll be grand. It's not gonna mess up your appetite, and they will never know. Now, when we grow up, when you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, any age, your consciousness of yourself grows. So you obviously learn that not to have sugar before your meal. There's a million reasons. We don't need to get into that. There are studies, you know, you're trying to have a healthy body. You feel much better when you have it maybe after your meal or some other time. And you know, that becomes like, I know I shouldn't have ice cream before my meal. And then you don't. What happens? So you become smarter about your diet, but also your ego becomes smarter of finding the ways to still sabotage you. And this happened to me a few days ago. So I know all the ways, all the best ways to date, all the best ways to date for marriage. I know men's psychology, and I know good communication. I know myself. I know how to tap into myself to feel what's good, what's not. So this is so embarrassing, but 3 months ago, I'm always on the dating apps. I maybe take a break here or there or change the app. So a few months ago, I was on the dating app, and I started talking to the men. One particular, I always talk to multiple men, but this particular man was something in my head special. And I know I shouldn't have like special, I shouldn't like, if I'm dating multiple men, there will always have to be like the same specialness on the same level. I should not favorize one or the other. So I know this. So I kept my rotation. I kept multiple men. I did not have sex with them. We don't have sex with them when we date for marriage. And I start talking to this man. He lives in France. I live in Ireland. And then he was a very good match for me. And something clicked between us. I was like, I like this. I like talking to him. I like having a phone calls with him. And then he said, he works in corporation in a very high position, and they're opening a new branch. So he's in charge of opening the new branch in France. And he said, he was open. He said to me, next 2 months I will be busy. I will not be able to take days off to come and see you. And I do not go to see men. No, especially on a first date. So it's like, okay. And he knew that. And he was very honest. I was like, okay. And then I was like, I know I shouldn't. There's that voice in my head. I know I shouldn't just start creating fake relationship, online relationship with the man I never saw in my life. But I said to myself, the ego. At that point, I did not know it was ego. It was just the other voice inside of my head. I knew all the information, all the language, all the new elevated language that I knew. And it said, this could be interesting. Wink, wink. I was like, why? And then it said, you remember when you did that last time with the last guy? The last guy was from Scotland. I was like, oh yeah, I could only last for a month. This is so embarrassing. I can only keep calm and collected for a month with like talking to the man and being vulnerable and open without knowing him or knowing when he's gonna come to visit me. Let's see how, and then it said, let's see how long can you keep up now. And I was like, that's a good idea. I can see how far I came with my self-development if I can keep my self safe, that feeling of safeness in within me, no matter where the other person is. I don't know how this made sense in my head, but at that time it did. So it's like, okay, let's try and see. I have a trip planned and it's gonna fly by. So 2 months flew by, and I was like, okay, where is your plane ticket? And he's like, oh, another few weeks. And then I was like, okay, this is now not all right. But because I invested all this time, I was like, okay, just wait. Do not freak out, because in the past I knew, both of my sides knew, that when something becomes too tricky, too hard, I have this wound inside of me that I'm very familiar with. And this is what we do. The people that are educated, that we know ourselves, that we are doing inner work, we're doing self-development, we know parts of ourselves that we are working on. So we try to work through it the way we know we can. So long story short, this never happened. I just realized what was happening within me. I was like, no, like, I'm talking to this man for 3 months. I'm not doing this. I have to draw the line. I have to. And it was very uncomfortable. It was very very, very uncomfortable, and I was afraid of it. Why? Because that part of me, the ego, was actually my past self. Was actually, yes, I was trying to heal that wound that would show up by trying to test myself. How long can I go without that thing showing up inside of my life and me calming it down, showing up, calming it down. But then I realized that by doing that, I was still being in the old arena. I was not being the best, highest version of myself. The one that I envision myself to be. So I always knew my end goal. My end goal is to get married. So then I have realized, it's like, okay, I even got told all of this by my first mentor. I leave her socials down below. I was like, I'm going crazy. I just need help. Like, sometimes when we're so stuck inside of our heads, we can't like see clearly. Obviously, for 3 months, even now that I'm telling you this, it's so silly of me. But when we're inside of it, we can't see clearly. So it's great to have some other perspective. That's why coaching is an amazing tool. Coaching, therapy, whatever you need, mentorship. So I approach her as she is my mentor, and I just told her, look, I'm in this situation, this is happening, I know I shouldn't do it, please help, bring some sense into me. And oh my god, did she bring some sense. She was just honest, and she's like, you're trained well, this should not happen, your energy is very messy here, what's happening? So it took me a few days, a lot of crying, releasing, to realize that I was keeping myself inside of the old paradigm, inside of old version of Irina, who would feel those feelings that I was trying to cure. So my ego was trying to cure something, trying to fool me that I'm curing something, but by staying in it. And then I just had to go. I just have to realize that it has to hurt me to realize that and be willing to let it go. Not just to let go of that man, but let go of that person, the past me, who is so used to displaying this emotion, showing up, emotion of not feeling good enough, of trying to do something, of trying to prove something. I try to prove that I am good enough to be your wife because I can't wait and I'm patient. So silly. And I was playing into that. It's literally like a rhythm. Do you know how hamsters run in this, like inside of that circle in the wheel? Literally. And what most people do in this situation, what I was doing for 3 months, for some time, it was not 3 months, I'd be like, why is he not coming? Is he trying to fool me? Does he have a family somewhere else? I don't know this man. What is he trying to do with me? It's not what he's trying to do. It's not what somebody else is trying to do with you. It's not about anything else but your past self. You're keeping stuck in your past version of yourself. It keeps reappearing in your life. No matter if it gets reappeared by a man, by you going back home, by you talking to somebody and they say something to you, it keeps reappearing. So the trigger, what most people call trigger, most of the time it's not even your trauma. Because if you've been to therapy and you did your inner work and it's still showing up, it's not. Because if you released it, it's not it. It's just your past self that keeps reappearing in this present moment. And it can sound so simple. But one thing you have to understand, that human brain is very, it likes predictability. It likes to know, to feel familiar with something. And it feels so much familiar with the past versions of ourselves that were 5 minutes ago, a day ago, 10 days ago, 5 months ago, a year, 10 years ago. It feels safer in something that's predictable, in predictable way of you responding to things, than saying, I'm not available for this. I'm not going to respond to this. I'm making boundaries. Don't want to feel this way anymore. And then the fear appears because our brain, it's just like, what's happening? This is not how we used to do things. But that's why consciousness is very important. This is why we are different than animals, because we can still feel the fear and know the person we are trying to become is on the other side of that fear. We can keep the vision of the person we are trying to become and still go through that fear, because we know that human brain likes predictability. We're used to living like this for a decade, 2, 3, 5 decades like this, and it will take force to break free. Another thing I heard from the book, I believe so, is that for the racket to take over, like not over, for the racket to like fly into the space, it needs so much more power to just get free of the gravity of this planet. And then once in its space, it's flying up to the star, so to the sun. So if the sun is our goal and we are here where we are on this planet, we need extra energy to break off the gravity of our everyday life, or of our habits that we are used to, of our beliefs that we are used to, that our brain is used to. Because at the end of the day, we are still human, and although we do have consciousness, our human body functions the way it functions. This is the biggest joke of it all. We do have consciousness and we can choose. We have a free will and we can choose the things. But we are always going to get reminded of the natural laws of gravity, of the way our brain works, our body works. And we can try to push, but pushing through will never bring us the results we want. To reach the results we want, to reach the person we want to be, if we push, for example, I want to kill. It's a bit right. I don't want to react the way I used to react when I used to live with my parents. And you're kind of like in a friction with it. You're fighting with it. And you just don't want it. You're kind of still in that co-play with it. It is very hard to explain than just, for example, when artists, where actors learn the character, the best actresses and actors, they learn. So when they record the film, when they record the film, they become that person that their character is. They become the character. The biggest thing in becoming the person you want to be is to just move from this where you're at to the where you want to be. What? Asking yourself, knowing that those are two different persons. This is a little bit mind-boggling, but asking yourself, how would I want to get married? So I can see the break. This was my silly joke to myself, helping me to manifest it. Wearing the wedding band in my free time at home helps me remember, helps me first feel it. Oh, how does it feel to have the band on your finger? And then if I'm out and about, I would feel it and I'll be like, oh, how would married Irina respond to this? How would married Irina walk through this town? How would married Irina pay for this? Become that person. Be the actor of your life in becoming the person you want to be. So if but for that you need a clear vision. You have to be able to literally imagine it, feel it, and know how the person would react. How that version of yourself you want to become, how they will react to all the different situations in life, and literally just act like them. Act like them, and everything else is gonna move. Okay guys, this is one more thing I want to add up on the video I recorded last night, and I just journaled. I had my early morning journal, and I realized this huge part of our conversation that I wanted to share. And it is that still, when you become the person you want, when you start becoming, when you start embodying, when you start responding as the person you want to become, as that version of yourself who already have something, no matter if it's marriage, money, whatever it is, healthy body, when you stop acting like that person as much as you can, like every day, you decide it, you make a decision, and you start acting like that person. There's not any part of you that does not believe that you're not her. There still will be those little voices or remembrances, as I would call them, of the past version of you. The past, the way you used to think in the past. No matter if it's for like marriage, oh, I need to be better to be loved, or if it's money, oh, I have to work harder to be rich, or is it healthy body, oh, I'm not good enough, or I ate this and I'm never gonna be healthy. Those old patterns, the way you talk to yourself is still gonna show up, but you just have to shower it in love. Why? Because those neural pathways, so the new habits in our brain starts with new neurons firing together, impulses, new thought forms. That is how it starts, new beliefs. So we already fired up a new ones, but obviously there is the old neural pathways that are still active, and they will take time to die off, to starve off. So your job is not to get into conversation with them, because if you engage with those old thought forms, they would refire again. You'll give them life. If you just kind of like imagine a funeral, you know that part of you, you know that 0.01% of you is going to die, and sometimes it hurts, sometimes you're excited, sometimes you just witness it. But the important thing is, do not get engaged with it. Let it do its own natural thing. Let it die off in love, respect, and then just keep on refiring a new beliefs, new thoughts, by focusing your attention on the person you already want to become, you already are. This is so cool. I don't know. Please leave me a comment if this made sense. Please do, because as I explained in some of the other videos, educational video are getting buried underneath the entertainment video, dance videos, even on YouTube. Why? Because people who watch educational video, educated people with their own opinions and values, they do not leave comments because they know we question our values and opinions. And this is why we learn and listen to people to expand our brains. And then people who are not so educated and do not have this depth and consciousness we do, they're so easy to leave some not important comments about physical look, their opinions nobody asked them for, and they love leaving those comments. My videos are not made for them people, so my videos do not get enough views because I not want to appeal to masses, and it's harder to reach the people I want to reach without artificial intelligence reading the comments and having the profile of the people I want in my community, people who are interested in my videos. So please leave a comment if you enjoyed this video. You can leave the comment about anything, literally anything. Maybe what you want me to talk about next. I'll be more than happy to read them and respond to them and get more people like you, because if you do enjoy my videos, there's a lot more people that will enjoy it as well, and it will keep me motivated to recording it. And hopefully with the time we'll let this artificial intelligence algorithm know that there is actually people on this planet who like educated, thought-provoking content, not just some still dance videos. Like, no thank you. So help me change the algorithm. I know this is so dramatic, but it is true. All the educational video channels are dying off because people are not commenting on them, because we know how to keep our mouths shut where other people like expressing themselves and nobody likes reading those comments. So we need the good balance in life. So I hope you have a lovely day, and you can watch next video here, and I hope I see you soon.